Hello, I wanted to just do an update on where we are with the mobile editing application that we've done a few videos on. This is an offline application that's built using Mobile Flex. It's just firing up now. We've made some updates to it, so it's worth just pointing some of those things out. Those that haven't seen any videos on this before, we're actually building an application for the Idaho Transportation Department. This is an editing application. Not only online but offline as well. There are many areas in Idaho which have no Wi-Fi connectivity, so this application allows field workers to go out into the field, do their work, carry an iPad or an Android tablet, and basically collect information about various assets. The application itself is built using Mobile Flex. The much discussion around technologies that can be used to build mobile applications. One of the advantages of taking a Mobile Flex approach is that you can build one application which runs across Android and Apple devices. So in this instance we're looking at an Android tablet. We could just as easily be looking at an iPad as well with the same application running. So there's a cost implication and a maintenance implication there. If you go down, again, this is somewhat for technical people, if you take a native app path, Objective-C for iOS or Java for Android, you're looking at building two applications of two versions of the same application, so it's twice the cost to clients. Taking this type of approach, the Flex approach, or PhoneGap in the HTML5 world, gives the advantages of a single code base, so that reduces cost and the difficulties of maintenance. The downsides to it, if there are any, are performance, but as you can see in this application, the performance is good. We're actually using ArcGIS Online as well here, which I've pointed out in other videos. So we're consuming layers which are all published in ArcGIS Online, so there's no ArcGIS server here. These are hosted feature services. You're looking at the features that you're looking at on the screen here. The point features are culverts in the Idaho Transportation Department asset world. So it's a base map with overlays of feature layers. Now these feature layers can be edited, and that's why we're using feature layers in this case. We've limited the number of features that are rendered in ArcGIS Online to 1,000, so that helps with performance of the application. If you start rendering 2,000–3,000 features at a time, that can slow the application down, and that's where a native application is potentially more effective. But from all of our work, using the Mobile Flex approach is a very good one. So this is the application. Just a quick walkthrough, just to repeat some of the things we've spoken about before. It's actually a configurable application, so it's something we purposely put in place. It actually reads a configuration file that's on the device, so when you install the application, you also drop a configuration file on there. It's a simple readable XML file, and it sets a number of things. It sets the logo in the top left hand corner there. If you tap on that, it'll actually open up a web page which is again in the configuration file, and in this case it opens up the ITD website. You can set the title, you can set the color of the header, and you can also set the web map which you're looking at in the middle here. So it's a very configurable application. If you tap a point, you'll get a simple box which comes up, which gives you the attributes. We've got a layers list here, so you can turn layers on and off as needed. So the typical things you'd see in a sort of GIS application. We've got a basic button here. If you want to zoom back to full extent, you can do that. If you want to geolocate, which means if you want to zoom to your current location, that's where that second button comes in. And then we've got an editable ability to edit as well. So let's just go into the edit piece. Actually, I'm just going to zoom in a little bit more. Let's just go into here. I'm just going to tap this point data. Let's just tap that point there. Now we've made some changes to this attribute inspector, as it's called, this window that comes up. Now it's a scrollable window. We're still working on it, so there's a few things we're still looking at. Now this is the edit window, so this is how we can edit some of the attributes. Now one of the problems that we found historically with Mobile Flex, particularly in relation to where we're trying to edit, is the fact that combo boxes or these drop downs don't work. And it was a bit of a stumbling block, because when you want to edit attributes, to actually have the ability to check, instead of typing, to actually have the ability to select from a drop down list is a big deal. So it was a bit of a problem, and we spent some time looking at it, and thanks to Jan at Esri, we've actually cobbled together something which works, and it's actually something that works quite well, we think. In July, I think Esri are going to come out with something which is going to improve on this, but for the minute it works actually rather well. So I'll actually show you, if we want to just tap, there's our drop down, and we can reset to whichever we want off of those drop downs. So that's a big step forward for us. We were really pleased that we could actually do that now, and again thanks to Jan for his help with this. Now you can see we're still working on it. The text in here is not readable as it should be, so there's still work we're doing. But this basically gives you the ability to OK those edits we've just done. So if we wanted to change any other attributes in there, including the drop downs, we can just hit the OK. If we want to delete that point, that's the delete button. There's an attachments option which I'll show you when we go offline. And then geolocate is a request we have from Idaho, which is a really nice addition to this, where you can actually move that particular point to your current location. So by hitting geolocate, it'll actually move the point to the location you're at. At the minute I'm in Salt Lake City, this is Idaho. I don't want to hit that because it'll move that point to where I currently am, which is clearly not where it should be moved to. So I won't show you that functionality, but that works really nicely. So that's that. Let's actually go offline, and I'll show you the workflow for offline. Some of these buttons are a bit small. I'm a bit far away from the screen as well. Okay, so the workflow for going offline, again, apologies to people who have seen these videos before and have heard me talk about this in detail, but basically the workflow is, if you're in an area where there's no Wi-Fi connectivity, so you've gone from online connection to a non-connection, or you're in a poor connected area, you've actually got the option to load offline. And basically what that's doing is that's writing the feature layers to the device itself. So it's called serializing those features, and there we are, we're now offline. Now you'll notice the base map's disappeared. The application is designed to load what's called a tile package, a TPK. In this case we haven't got a tile package for this particular area, so we haven't loaded one, but had we got one on the device, and again that's set in the configuration file, it would have loaded a base map that you could zoom into and out of, and again other videos that you may have seen have shown that. So in this case we didn't do that. What I'm going to do is just show you the attachments piece, and we've made some excuse me, we've made some changes there. I'm going to just select a point there, and we're just going to hit the attachment button there. Now what that does is opens up a new window, and that window allows us to open the camera on the device and take a picture and attach that to that particular feature. So let's go ahead and do that, and I'm going to move out of the way so you can't, I don't particularly want myself to be in the picture. There we go. So I'm just going to hit that, ba-dum, take a picture of my sleeve, and there's that picture. Now we've got the option in here to either cancel and then go back to that previous screen, or attach. So let's go ahead and attach that. And what that's actually doing is, again, offline, it's just storing that information. Now that's going to be attached to that picture, but let me preface that with, it won't be attached until you go back online, and we're going to give an option. Again, I'll show this to you right now. Let's go back online. So we're now going to point at the web, at the our ArcGIS Online instance, and not the device. And what we're now going to do is to hit the Apply Edits button, and that will then update the server with that information, and we get a pop-up which actually should read attachment done. This is for added, update and deleted. We've got to add attachment done, just to tell to users that that's what's happened. And then I've got to remember which feature it was that we attached it to. Was it that one? Yeah, there it is. So that should be the picture. that we took of my sleeve. So you can see that we've now got the ability to do all the things we've shown in previous videos, but some of the nice things that we've got going here is we've changed the attachments piece, which makes it, I think, it's a little bit nicer workflow than we had before. We've got the drop downs working as well, which is really nice. We've added the geolocate button. So there's some important new additions to the application. We're continuing to work on it. The styling, I've pointed out some things in the video that the things we're still looking at. The styling still needs a little bit of work, but we're getting pretty close to a pretty solid finished application. And say we're doing this for Idaho, for the Idaho Transportation Department. So we've got some weeks. We're still working on it to get it to be finalised, but it's moving into a very good place. So I wanted to share that with you. Thanks for watching.